Every day you wake up, you are given a gift, a brand new chance to shape your life, to take control of your path, and to decide whether today will push you forward or hold you back. But here's the truth. The strength of your mind, the clarity of your focus, and the power of your actions do not begin in the middle of the day when everything is loud and busy. They begin in the morning when the world is still quiet and you are standing face to face with yourself. The morning is not just about routine. It is about building a foundation for greatness. It is where battles are won before they even begin. If you have ever wondered why some people rise above challenges while others crumble, the answer often lies in how they start their day. Strong mind is not something you stumble into. It is something you train, something you build, something you choose every single morning. And in this speech, you will discover the simple yet powerful secrets that can transform the way you think, act, and live. So I invite you to stay with me until the very end, because what you are about to hear has the power to reshape your mornings, strengthen your mind, and set you on a path toward a life of focus, resilience, and unstoppable momentum. This is not just about mornings, it is about creating a stronger version of yourself that no challenge can break. Stay locked in, because the journey to a powerful mind starts right here, right now. Would you like me to also give you a short, punchy hook line that can be used at the very start of the video before this intro begins to immediately grab attention? Discipline at dawn is not just about waking up early. It is about making a decision that your day will not control you, but you will control your day. When the world is still quiet and the noise has not yet begun, you have a choice to. The first hour of your morning holds more power than most people realize. If you spend it with discipline, you build strength that carries through every challenge, every distraction, and every obstacle that comes your way. The mind becomes sharp, focused, and unshakable when it learns to obey structure instead of chaos. Discipline is the muscle of the mind, and the morning is the gym where it is trained. When you wake up and push yourself to rise, even when comfort whispers for you to stay in bed, you are already winning the first battle of the day. That single victory builds confidence and sets the tone for all other victories to come. It tells your mind that you are in control, not laziness, not fear, not doubt. And with that control, you gain clarity and strength. Discipline at dawn reminds you that success is not given. It is built through small, consistent actions that many ignore. This practice doesn't just shape your morning, it shapes your character. The one who learns to conquer the first hour of the day learns to conquer distractions, temptations, and excuses throughout the day. It trains patience because you resist the urge to do what is easy. It builds resilience because you face the challenge of discipline before the world has even demanded anything from you. It develops mental toughness because you learn to say yes to growth and no to weakness. The most powerful leaders, thinkers, and achievers understand this principle. They know that discipline early creates momentum that cannot be broken easily. Once your mind experiences the strength that comes from order and consistency, it refuses to settle for the weakness that comes from disorder and delay. And it all begins with discipline at dawn, with the decision to rise, to act, and to claim the day before the day claims you. Silence and reflection in the morning is one of the greatest gifts you can give to your mind. Before the noise of the world arrives, before the demands of work, responsibilities, and distractions rush in, there is a sacred space where your mind is clear and your spirit is open. In that quiet space, you have the chance to center yourself, to breathe deeply, and to connect with your purpose. This time is not wasted. It is an investment into clarity and strength. Many people wake up and immediately let chaos take over, reaching for their phones, checking messages, and allowing outside voices to control their thoughts. But when you choose silence first, you tell yourself that your inner voice matters more than the noise of the world. Reflection in the morning gives you perspective. It allows you to step back and ask yourself the important questions. Who do I want to be today? What energy do I want to bring into my actions? What do I need to let go of to move forward? In silence, you hear answers that get lost during the busyness of the day. This is where wisdom begins, where focus sharpens, and where the mind learns to separate what is important from what is simply urgent. A strong mind is not only built through action, but through moments of stillness that guide action in the right direction. This practice also strengthens resilience. Life is full of challenges, disappointments, and pressures, but when you make a habit of beginning your day in silence, you learn to anchor yourself. The storms of life do not shake you as easily because you have trained your mind to find peace even in the middle of uncertainty. Reflection allows you to process emotions, release negativity, and prepare yourself mentally for whatever the day may bring. It is like sharpening your sword before going into battle. You are ready, prepared, and steady. Greatness requires both movement and stillness, both energy and balance. Morning silence is not weakness, it is strategy. It is the decision to listen to your own heart before listening to the opinions of the world. It builds patience, deepens focus, and cultivates gratitude. Gratitude. In that quiet space, you begin to see life with clearer eyes and walk into the day with stronger steps. Silence and reflection become the foundation of inner strength, and the mind that learns to be still becomes the mind that cannot be broken. Feeding the mind before the body is a discipline that separates the strong from the distracted. The first thing many people reach for in the morning is food for the body, but a powerful mind requires nourishment first. What you allow into your thoughts at the start of the day shapes the way you see, act, and respond. If you begin with negativity, your mind becomes heavy, scattered, and weak. But if you choose to fill it with positivity, wisdom, and clarity, you create a foundation for strength that carries you forward. A strong morning practice means reading a few pages of an inspiring book, repeating affirmations that empower you, writing down thoughts of gratitude, or listening to something that uplifts and challenges you. These small steps feed the mind with truth, hope, and focus before the world tries to feed it with doubt, fear, and distraction. The mind is the command center of your entire life. Every decision, every action, every response begins with a thought. That is why giving it the right fuel early is not optional. It is essential. You would not expect your body to perform without food or water, your mind to operate at its best without proper nourishment. A weak mind is often the result of neglect, of allowing the day to shape thoughts instead of intentionally shaping them. By feeding your mind first, you declare that your thoughts will serve you, not sabotage you. This practice also builds discipline because it requires you to put aside comfort and laziness. It may be easier to scroll through social media, to absorb whatever is loudest and closest, but that is like feeding your mind with junk food. It fills you quickly, but weakens you slowly. Feeding your mind with strength means being intentional about what you consume and making sure it aligns with the person you want to become. The words you read, the thoughts you repeat, and the ideas you focus on in the morning will echo throughout the rest of your day. The greatest battles are fought in the mind long before they appear in the world. When you feed your mind before your body, you prepare yourself to face challenges with wisdom, patience, and resilience. You walk into the day with mental armor, ready to rise above negativity and stay focused on your purpose. A strong morning diet for the mind creates a strong life because thoughts become actions, actions become habits, and habits shape destiny. Movement creates momentum, and momentum creates power that carries through the entire day. The body and mind are not separate forces. They are deeply connected, and when one is activated, the other rises with it. That is why beginning the morning with movement, whether it is exercise, stretching, or even a brisk walk, is not just about physical health, but about mental strength. When you push your body to move, you awaken energy that sharpens your focus, clears your mind, and ignites discipline. It signals to yourself that you are alive, capable, and ready to take on whatever comes next. Movement at dawn breaks the chains of sluggishness and replaces it with momentum that fuels your actions and decisions. The mind feeds off the energy of the body. When blood flows and lungs expand, clarity grows. Problems seem lighter, decisions become easier, and focus sharpens. You do not need hours in the gym to achieve this effect. Even small intentional actions create massive shifts in energy. A few push-ups, stretches, or deep breathing exercises can be enough to awaken the body and prepare the mind. The point is not perfection, but activation, training yourself to start the day with energy rather than hesitation. This practice builds mental toughness because movement requires effort, and effort requires discipline. Every time you choose to move when it would be easier to stay still, you strengthen the muscle of willpower. You remind yourself that comfort is not in charge, purpose is. This decision, repeated daily, carries into every other challenge. If you can command your body to move when it resists, you can command your mind to focus when it wanders, and you can command your spirit to stand firm when life gets hard. Movement also creates confidence. When you sweat, when you breathe deeply, when you feel your body respond, you gain a sense of achievement before the world has even asked anything of you. That victory, no matter how small, becomes momentum. Momentum is powerful because it does not just stay in the body. It flows into your thoughts, your actions, and your goals. It turns hesitation into action and action into results. The morning becomes the launching pad for the rest of the day, and it all begins with movement. A body in motion leads to a mind in motion, and a mind in motion is unstoppable. Purposeful planning in the morning is the act of giving your mind direction before the day has a chance to pull you in every direction. Without a plan, the day controls you, but with a plan, you control the day. When you wake up and immediately write down your goals, set clear intentions, and organize your priorities, you build a roadmap for success that your mind can follow with confidence. A strong mind is not just about power, it is about clarity, and clarity comes from knowing exactly what you want to achieve. Planning at the start of the day removes confusion, reduces procrastination, and creates a sense of control that strengthens your focus and discipline. The mind thrives on structure. When it knows where it is going, it does not waste energy on unnecessary decisions. Too many people spend their mornings rushing, reacting, and worrying, and by the time they begin their real work, their energy is already drained. Purposeful planning eliminates this chaos. It tells your mind what matters most and allows you to dedicate your energy to what will bring the greatest return. This practice transforms scattered thoughts into intentional actions and builds a habit of accountability. Because when you write something down, you give yourself a silent promise to complete it. Planning also builds confidence. Each time you check off a task, no matter how small, you create momentum and a sense of accomplishment. That momentum fuels motivation, and motivation strengthens resilience. Even when the day throws challenges at you, a written plan keeps you anchored, reminding you of what you set out to achieve. It is not about being rigid, but about being intentional. Flexibility may be needed, but direction should never be lost. This habit also sharpens decision-making. When your goals are clear from the morning, you can easily separate what deserves your time from what distracts you. You stop reacting to every demand and start responding with wisdom. Over time, this creates a powerful mind that stays focused on purpose instead of being pulled by pressure. Purposeful planning is more than a list. It is a declaration that your time matters, that your energy is valuable, and that your life is worth directing. The strongest minds do not stumble into greatness by accident. They build it through consistent intention, beginning every morning with a clear vision of where they are going and how they will get there. Consistency builds power, and when it comes to strengthening the mind, nothing is more important than the habits you repeat every single day. A single morning of discipline may feel empowering, but it is the chain of mornings linked together with persistence that creates unshakable strength. The mind grows strong not from one act of focus, but from the daily decision to rise with purpose, to practice discipline, and to choose growth over comfort again and again. Consistency transforms discipline into identity, because what you do every morning eventually becomes who you are. A strong mind is not built on inspiration alone. Inspiration can spark action, but consistency sustains it. When you repeat your morning habits, waking up early, reflecting, feeding your mind, moving your body, planning your day, you are training your brain to see discipline as normal, not extraordinary. The more you repeat these actions, the less effort they require and the more power they give you. This is how greatness is built, not through sudden bursts of effort, but through steady and intentional repetition that compounds over time. Consistency also builds resilience. There will be days when motivation is low, when energy is weak, and when excuses whisper loudly. But choosing to follow through even on those days teaches your mind that excuses do not control you. Every time you remain consistent despite difficulty, you add another layer of strength to your character. You learn that progress is not about perfection, but about persistence. Small wins each morning accumulate into massive victories over weeks, months, and years. The beauty of consistency is that it creates momentum that becomes almost impossible to stop. What begins as effort eventually becomes routine, and what begins as a choice eventually becomes identity. Once your mind has been trained to expect discipline every morning, it resists laziness naturally. It no longer needs to be convinced because it has already accepted strength as the standard, strain as the standard. That is the true secret of power. Not doing what is right once, but doing it repeatedly until it becomes who you are. Consistency turns ordinary actions into extraordinary results. It molds an ordinary person into someone with an extraordinary mind. It ensures that strength is not temporary but permanent, not fragile but unbreakable. A strong mind is not built in a single morning, but across countless mornings of commitment, discipline, and unwavering consistency. Would you like me to now combine all 6 keynotes into a full speech written in that powerful, commanding style you asked for? The secret to a strong mind has never been hidden in some far-off place. It has always started in the morning. It begins the moment you decide to rise with discipline, to guard your silence, to feed your mind with strength, to move your body into action, to plan with purpose, and to remain consistent day after day. Each of these choices may seem small on their own, but together they build a fortress within you that no storm, no doubt, and no obstacle can easily break. The morning is not just the start of a day, it is the start of who you choose to be. If you win the morning, you win the mind. And if you win the mind, you can win in every area of your life. So as you walk forward from this moment, carry this truth with you. Greatness does not wait until later. It begins with what you choose to do at the start of each day. Discipline, reflection, focus, energy, planning, and consistency. These are the tools that shape not just your mornings, but your destiny. I want to wish you strength in your journey, courage in your battles, and persistence in your habits. May every morning you rise remind you that you have the power to take control of your life and create the future you dream of. Thank you for listening, and good luck as you step forward with a stronger mind and a stronger spirit.